Stands all over the world calls for the boycott of Netflix over the planned release of a sacrilegious comedy. We'll take a look at the business implications for the 5th-ranked Fortune 500 company. On sport, Ajaba vows to knock out Kaladzi. Again on sport, Bayelsa supports chess prodigy Deborah Quickpen with £1 million. The details of the news will come shortly after this timeout. Please do well to join us again. What may be seen as the biggest gift to commuters plying the busy Benin-Okene-Abuja Expressway this Christmas season, the senior pastor of Omega Fire Ministries, Apostle Johnson Suleiman, has provided men and resources to his team of engineers to ensure that the condition of the Aochi axis of the road is improved. The palliative repairs, which is currently going on, is expected to decongest the heavy traffic on the road that is usually caused by the numerous bad spots. The road, which is the link between the northern, southern and eastern states, has been abandoned by the contractors, thereby compounding the travails of motorists. Several deaths arising from accidents have been recorded in recent times due to the failed portion of the road. The rehabilitation is expected to create a free flow of traffic, especially for the thousands of travelers that will be using the road for the Christmas season. When men from Omega Fire Ministries arrived at the site, some commuters expressed their joy. Here is a clip of the interviews.
I've been in a very bad shape. As you can see now with this maintenance that they are doing on the road now, everybody can go through it normal for the Christmas season.
But it has not been easy for Pasaba to use that place. We were just surprised this morning. I saw a tipper reversing inside this garage. I was thinking he was turning to go to somewhere else. I saw him tipping sand. When I decided to ask one of the people that were around the tipper, what is the company's name that are trying to repair this place, he said that it's Asbestos. We thank Asbestos.
The restoration Apostle Johnson Suleiman decided to make it workable.
It would be recalled that this isn't the first time that the man of God is offering his corporate social responsibility to the nation in many fronts. Still on local news, the Senate will pass Buharis' $30 billion loan request, says Lawan. President of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan, on Monday explained while the Senate would approve the $29.96 billion loan request of President Muhammadu Buhari. Lawan, who stated this while addressing journalists in Abuja, explained that the federal government needed the loan to build critical infrastructure. Buhari had on November 28 resent the $29.96 billion 2016 to 2018 external borrowing plan to the Senate for its consideration and approval. The borrowing plan was rejected by the 8th Senate, which was headed by the immediate past president of the Senate, Dr. Bukola Saraki. The president's demand came amidst warnings by the International Monetary Fund and experts against Nigeria rising debt, which the Debt Management Office put at 25.7 trillion naira as of June 2019, with external borrowing accounting for about 32%, while 68% is domestic. However, commenting on the loan, Lawan said the Senate would approve it but ensure its judicious utilization. The Senate President, who was responding to a question on whether the Senate would approve the loan or reject it like what happened 3 years ago, confirmed in the affirmative. Away from the news, EFCC arrests man for impersonating and duping Fashola. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission on Monday arraigned one Malik Wakili for allegedly impersonating the Minister of Works and Housing, Babatunde Fashola, and defrauding the minister to the tune of 3 million naira. Wakili, who was arraigned before the Federal High Court in Lagos, was said to have committed the offense in March this year. The FCC told Justice C.J. Aneke that Wakili conspired with one Abdullahi Umar, said to be at large, to fraudulently personate Mr. Babatunde Raji Fashola, senior advocate of Nigeria, with intent to gain monetary advantage for himself. However, according to the EFCC, the defendant converted the total sum of 3 million naira, being the value of the Air Miles skywards of Mr. Babatunde, with the Emirates airline. The prosecution said Wakili acted contrary to sections 15 subsection 2A and 27 subsection 1B of the Money Laundering Prohibition Act and was liable to be punished under sections 15 subsection 3 and 22 subsection 3A of the same act. The defendant, however, pleaded not guilty to the 3 counts pressed against him. Away from that news, the Attorney General of Federation and Minister of Justice, Mr. Abubakar Malami, on Monday indicated that he could not ask the Department of State Services to release Omoyele Sowore from custody. The minister said in a statement he could not take a unilateral decision on the release of Sowore without recourse to the court, where the Revolution Now protest convener and his co-defendant Olawale Bakare were being prosecuted for treasonable felony, among others. The minister's declaration is contained in a statement by his special assistant on media and public relations, Dr. Umar Gwadu, who stated that Malami was reacting to the claim that a lawyer sent a lawyer to the AGF requesting the release of Mr. Sowore. The statement appeared to be a veiled reference to the letter by Showere's lawyer, Mr. Femi Falani, senior advocate of Nigeria, sent to the AGF on Friday to seek the release of the convener of the Revolution Now protest from the custody of the DSS. However, Falani's letter, dated December 13, 2019, reported by newsmen on Monday, followed the Friday's announcement by the AGF's office that it had taken over the prosecution of the Sahara Reporters publisher and Bakare from the DSS. On Foreign Citizenship Amendment Act, the Hill police shooting row as protests spread. The details of the news will be after this time out. Please join us again.
It's going to be move and expect by.
And welcome to International Scene on News Desk. Indian police have denied shooting people during protests in the Hill as anger at a citizenship law spreads across the country. Many of the injured were participating in protests at universities in the Hill. 10 people, many of whom have criminal backgrounds, have now been arrested, the Hill police said on Tuesday. Amid criticism for using excessive force inside campus premises, they added that no students were detained. Police said that locals who lived near the campus had joined the protest and attacked officers. Meanwhile, the Supreme Court will on Tuesday hear a petition against the police action inside the Hills Jamia Millia Islamia University, where they allegedly attacked students inside campus premises like the library and toilets. The Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi said the new law was for those who have faced years of persecution outside and have no plan to go except India. Still on foreign scene, Brexit Bill to block further delay to transition. The government is to add a new clause to the Brexit Bill to make it illegal for Parliament to extend the process beyond the end of next year. The post-Brexit transition period, due to conclude in December 2020, can currently be extended by mutual agreement for up to 2 years. Critics say this raises the chance of leaving the EU without a trade deal. On business, as Christians all over the world calls for the boycott of Netflix over the planned release of a sacrilegious comedy, we take a look at the business implications for the 5th-ranked Fortune 500 company. The details of the news will come shortly. Stay with us.
Shout Jesus! Out! 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 Fire all over you! There's a difference between powers and power. In Luke 10:19, Jesus said, I give unto you power over the powers. Aragasaga, Engaragasaga. Anna Christine.
Yes.
That's her name?
Yes.
There is miracle power here. Miracle! 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 Miracle!
Are you ready, Miracle 9?
Yenduka palirushada kekotaba.
I am for peace, but when I speak, they are for war.
This is where we hold them. This is where we fight. This is where they die.
Operation Jabez 2019, December.
Anybody who has made certain projections to keep you in bondage, I place demand on the anointing of judgment, and I prophesy it shall go down today.
Operation Jabez 2019, December. At the Omega Fire Ministries International Worship Center, Auchi, Edo State, Nigeria.
Yenduka palirushada kekotaba.
I am for peace, but when I speak, they are for war.
This is where we hold them. This is where we fight. This is where they die.
Operation Jabez 2019, December.
Anybody who has made certain projections to keep you in bondage, I place demand on the anointing of judgment, and I prophesy it shall go down today.
Operation Jabez 2019, December. At the Omega Fire Ministries International Worship Center, Auchi, Edo State, Nigeria.
And welcome to Business Scene on News Desk. Christians all over the world have joined voices to the demand on entertainment company Netflix to withdraw the purported plan to release a movie tagged as sacrilegious on December 25th or face a major boycott by the Christian community. With initial calls from many parts of the world, the latest has been from Reynold Mockery and Graham Allen. Reynold, who was a media aide to a former Nigerian president, insisted that Christians may have chosen to be non-violent, but that shouldn't be taken advantage of. On his part, Graham Allen asked Netflix to show some respect. Part of his tweet read, as Jesus isn't some woke cultural experiment for you to convince young people that biblical teachings are debatable. Jesus is the Son of God and died for our sins. The comedy, which was produced by a Brazilian producing group, depicts Jesus as a gay and the disciples as alcoholics and unruly. To discuss this and the implications herein, I will now be joined by our business news correspondent, Comfort James. Hello, Comfort. How are you?
I'm fine.
How's been your day today?
Awesome.
Okay, so let's talk about Netflix and the movie currently that is to be launched in December 21st. Now, I want to know what exactly is the fuse about this.
This is it. Now, a Brazilian group known as Porta dos Fundos recently produced a movie which is titled The First Temptation of Christ. Now, this movie clearly depicts Jesus Christ as being in a relationship with a homosexual, and then also his disciples as being alcoholics, and then also being unruly. Now, this clearly has been seen as an attack on Christianity, and it has led to global reaction. Christians are asking that this movie, this blasphemous project, be brought down.
Wow. So what do you think now? Why do you think Christians are calling for the boycott of this movie? You know, several persons have actually said, like in the person of the Restoration Apostle, he has called on all Christians with his large voice to a lot of persons. He has said that some persons or a lot of persons should delete the app from their phone, like unsubscribe if you currently have subscriptions running and all that. So why do you think that Christians are doing all of this to, you know, to like cut themselves out of this movie by Netflix?
I got a picture. I think it's clear, like I stated earlier, this has been taken as an attack and insult on the Christian faith, and it's obvious because the Bible gave no room for debate. The word was it was straight. Jesus was never in a relationship with anyone. He was never, even talk of being, he was never pictured in a relationship with anyone. He was never pictured as being gay. So this was so uncalled for. There was no reason, there was no room, there was no reason at all for this project to be brought about, depicting Jesus Christ as being gay. That is an insult against Christianity. So
wow. So now let's look at Netflix being a business company that they are. Okay. What do you think will be the impact on them, like if Christians actually do what they're being asked to do, and even, you know, let's say true Christians or serious-minded Christians that were like, I don't even need my pastor to tell me to do this in this matter before I do it. Do you think the impact will be on them positively or negatively?
I think that would be a big one. Looking at Brazil alone, we already have over 1.5 million persons signing a petition asking that this movie be brought down from Netflix, and that's huge. Looking at subscription rates for Netflix, a standard subscription rate is $12, and let's take away 500 persons as it were. Looking at the figure of 1.5 million in Brazil alone, let's say 1 million Christians who are actually subscribed to the Netflix platform say that they are indeed canceling their subscription. My God, that is multiplying $12 by 1 million. We're looking at about $12 million, if I am not mistaken. So that would be a huge blow for Netflix, and I don't think they would need that. It is bad for business, as it were. Netflix has a monthly subscription. It's not even a yearly subscription. So losing $12 million every month. I
know you are a fan of Netflix.
They wouldn't want that. That's bad for business.
Would you remain their fan? Because I know you. You are a fan of them.
I am a Christian. Yes. This is a blow on the Christian faith. I am also, as a matter of fact, I do not currently have an active Netflix subscription. It's a no-no for me. And I am also saying, yes, Christians should indeed.
So that's what Christians should do now?
Yes, of course.
Okay. Thank you so much, Comfort.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. And yes, when we return, it shall be sport news on News Desk. Stay with us.
I am for peace, but when I speak, they are for war.
This is where we hold them. This is where we fight. This is where they die.
Operation Jabez 2019, December.
Anybody Somebody who has made certain projections to keep you in bondage, I place demand on the anointing of judgment, and I prophesy it shall go down today.
Operation Jabez 2019, December. At Omega Fire Ministries International Worship Center, Auchi, Edo State, Nigeria.
And many thanks again to Comfort James, our business news correspondent. Now it's time for sport news on News Desk. Ajagba vows to knock out Kaladzi. Undefeated Nigerian heavyweight sensation F.A. Ajagba says he's ready for his December 21st bout against Ukrainian opponent Lago Kaladzi at the Toyota Arena, Ontario, and he will be going for a knockout. Ajagba pulled out of his last bout against Congo-born Belgian fighter Jack Molawai in October due to injury, and he will be hoping to get his 12th win against the more experienced Kaliza, who has had a total of 31 fights. The 33-year-old Georgian-born fighter has had a total of 31 fights, 26 wins, 18 by knockout, 4 losses, and 1 draw. Kaladzi, who had a bright start to his boxing career, winning his first fight, has failed to win his last 4 bouts, losing 3 and drawing his last fight against Robert Afosi. Away from that news, Aston Villa launched £1 million loan bid for Iheanacho. Villa are in the market for a striker in the new year to take the pressure off Wesley Moraes. The Brazilian youngster is struggling in his first season in English football, and with Jonathan Kodija not getting a look in and Kenyan Davis injured, the striker remains a priority next month. The Smith's side have identified the 23-year-old Super Eagles star as a good addition to the squad, according to reports on Birmingham Mail. The 23-year-old has 4 goals in 5 games this season, but however, the Foxes will not let him go, according to Leicester City Mercury, as Brendan Rodgers wants to add to his squad instead. It remains to be seen if Rodgers will keep faith with Iheanacho after making a controversial moment where Iheanacho's sportsmanship was questioned. Lastly, on News Desk and also on Sport, Bayelsa supports chess prodigy Deborah Quickpen with ₦1 million. The Bayelsa state government on Monday presented ₦1 million cash to national chess wish kid Deborah Quickpen to participate in the African Youth Chess Championship currently taking place in Namibia. The Commissioner for Sports Development, Daniel Igali, who presented the financial support in Yenagua, said the state governor, Serike Dixon, approved the money to the 8-year-old to represent Nigeria at the Cardiff Continental Chess Fiesta. Igali thanked Dixon for always ensuring that deserving Bayelsa athletes were supported at continental and world events. He recalled how the governor had often supported Nigerian wrestlers to continental and international tournaments, stressing that Dixon had demonstrated passion for sports and for his people. In a remark, the Director General Deborah Quickpen support group, Ada Gwegwe, thanked the state government and the Sports Development Commissioner for ensuring the release of funds to enable her to take part in the competition. Now, that's the size of the news today on Celebration Television News Desk. But in case you're just joining us or you missed out on any of them, here are top stories again. Respite for commuters plying the Benin-Okene-Abuja Expressway as Apostle Suleiman provides palliative repairs. EFCC arrests man for impersonating and duping Fashola. From the International Citizenship Amendment Act, the Hill pleas in shooting row as protests spread. And then on business, as Christians all over the world calls for the boycott of Netflix over the planned release of a sacrilegious comedy, we take a look at the business implications for the 5th-ranked Fortune 500 company. On sport, Ajagba vows to knock out Kaladzi. Again on sport, Bayasu supports chess prodigy Deborah Quickpen with $1 million. Please be our friend on our social media platforms. On Facebook, we're Celebration TV. On Instagram, My Celebration TV. On Twitter, at My Celebration TV. And then on YouTube, Celebration TV. I am Ruth Obozegi, and many thanks for joining us on News Desk today. Please have a lovely Tuesday ahead. Goodbye for now.
To 50